You've had two DMK netas in the last 24 hours sparking controversy by comparing societal attitudes towards women in Tamil Nadu to that of North India. And it's led to a huge showdown, not just in Tamil Nadu, but across, sparking a debate, yes, but also political controversy, as the DMK now is facing fire even from their own allies within the India bloc. Many of the northern political parties taking offense to what was said by DMK Minister TRB Rajaa as well as DMK's TKS Elangovan. But what exactly did they say while drawing that comparison of how things are in Tamil Nadu versus in northern states? We get you those details first in our report.
The North versus South narrative is back, with another DMK neta mocking North Indians. DMK Minister TRB Rajaa's comparison of women in North India versus women in Tamil Nadu has stirred a hornet's nest, and here's why.
This doesn't happen overnight. It takes a century of work.
The minister's remarks saying North Indian women have no identity of their own led to angry reactions from the opposition in Tamil Nadu.
Words from DMK functionaries highly unfortunate. I strongly condemn for linking the religious practice with the development. Let them not practice their narrow politics, their vote bank politics on the womanhood.
Somebody who can't differentiate between Manu Smriti and address it as Manu Dharma shows a level of knowledge they acquire over a period of time to play this divisive politics.
But the DMK has backed Rajaa's comments, saying he's merely reflected what happens in the north.
It is the practice of the religion, that is what I say. Here women were given empowerment, they were given freedom, they were treated on par with men. There it is not like that. There women are still, as per religious practices, they are only housewives. Many of the women are housewives.
It's not the first time DMK leaders have mocked North Indian women. Previously, veteran leader and Minister Ethiraj Murugan said this about women from the north. The South superior to North narrative has been repeatedly raked up by DMK leaders, particularly during election season. But has the comparison gone too far now? Bureau Report, India Today.
So the comments that have been made by the DMK leaders has led to a political firestorm of sorts, not just in Tamil Nadu. You've got the Samajwadi Party also lashing out at the comment, with the Samajwadi Party saying that this is an insult to the Betis of North India. And the Samajwadi Party has highlighted that there are many women from North India who've achieved several feats, who've made India proud, who made the country proud. So the Samajwadi Party, an ally of the DMK, considering they're all part of the India bloc, has completely disagreed with what the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam leaders have said. And then on the other hand, the BJP, of course, has also lashed out, saying that again, this indicates that the DMK is not nationalistic in its thought, and that's why it's targeting North Indians.
डीएमके के नेता का जो बयान है, समाजवादी पार्टी को उस पर कोई टिप्पणी नहीं करनी है, लेकिन कश्मीर से लेकर कन्याकुमारी तक देश की बेटियों ने हमेशा देश के मान और सम्मान को आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया है। बाबा साहब के संविधान में विश्वास जताने का काम किया है। इसलिए समाजवादी पार्टी समझती, चाहे उत्तर भारत की बेटियां हो या साउथ की बेटियां हो या देश के किसी भी हिस्से की बेटियां हो, बेटियों ने हमेशा देश के मान और सम्मान को आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया।
इंदिरा गांधी देश की प्रधानमंत्री रही हैं, विकसित कैसे नहीं माने। हमारी जो है फूलन देवी रही हैं, हमारी जो है मायावती रही हैं, आप महिला के रूप में अभी हमारी जो उमा भारती रही हैं, तो कैसे कह सकते हैं। बहुत लेखा, बहुत प्रोफेसर, बहुत हमारे साइंटिस्ट यूपी के, ये सब खाली इसके बयानबाजी के आराम में दो धर्मों के बीच में एक धर्म को अपमानित करने का बयान है, इसकी निंदा करते हैं।
Okay, joining us now on this broadcast is Rohan Gupta, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We also have Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, political analyst. And we reached out, of course, to the DMK. The DMK has refused to be a part of this particular discussion. But I'd like to begin with you, Mohammad Ibrahim, on what you make on the comments that have been made by the two DMK leaders here and essentially resurrecting that whole North versus South narrative. Do you agree with what they said, first of all?
Now, first of all, we don't have to see it in the North versus South perspective, which what Mr. Industrial Minister, Mr. Dr. TRB Rajaa has said. As a proud minister who's sworn in from 2021, who took India's average of 6.4% GDP, the Tamil Nadu's average is almost 11.19% GDP. And now, getting into all kind of industrial performance, only the women empowerment, which is of 40% all across India, the Tamil Nadu's contribution is alone 40%. So addressing to a gathering, he is referring to the women empowerment in a large scale of industries, which are organized industries in Tamil Nadu, where the women participation is almost...
Which is perfectly fine, and it's laudable, the numbers you're telling me, it's laudable.
Let me finish.
But why a comparison?
Of course, it has to be compared when the Indian average of GDP is 6.4%, and when an industrial minister who is taking a state to 11.19%, doesn't he has any authority to get to the people of other states to make sure to follow his footsteps?
No, not other states, northern states, not other states, northern states. That's the comparison.
If the media has to infer in that way, then you please take it forward. The industrial minister, the commerce minister, if India is going to be on an aggressive state on industrial forefront, then our industry minister, Mr. Piyush Goyal, should call upon our Tamil Nadu industrial minister, stating that how you brought the women empowerment to such a large scale of 40%.
Let me just highlight here. Let me highlight here that there's no interpretation by the media. The exact word is in North India. Where's the room for interpretation here?
Of course. The single southern state is making its own GDP, which is of double time the average of India, and the entire nation, it is below 40% of women empowerment, where in our Tamil Nadu alone, it is 40% women empowerment across organized sectors. The women participation is 40%. So, automatically an industrial minister with his proud, with a proud showcasing of his effort, it is trivial. But only the media and the BJP is taking in another context and making sure it is a
context? Ibrahim, I don't, this constant media bashing, many think it's cool to do it, but for no reason, there's no point of, constantly lashing out at the media. I've given you the exact comment of what he said. Come on. Rohan Gupta, your opening comments.
Nothing wrong about it.
This is
hold on, let Rohan Gupta come in.
This is the reflection of mindset of Indi Gadbandhan leaders. This is not the first time. See, you can definitely talk about your achievements, your state. That doesn't mean that you have right to demean the women of North India. Why are you dividing the country? Obviously, when Rahul Gandhi said that it's a union of nations, so this is about the mindset, it is not about the mistake. And very fact they are not present in this debate, it clearly shows that they know that what they have done wrong. But this is not the mistake, according to me. This is the mindset of DMK and all other Indi Gadbandhan, where they have always demeaned something to do with North India. This is not the first time.
But answer what Ibrahim has said. He's saying, look, there's data to prove that Tamil Nadu is way ahead, and that's essentially the message that was sent across, that this was a minister proud of what Tamil Nadu has achieved, highlighting that by drawing a comparison.
Does that give them license to demean women of North India? You definitely draw comparison. You give the numbers. But why you have to say that this is what it is? No, that is not right. You cannot do that. In order to prove your superiority, you are dividing the country. You are creating a north-south divide. This is a very dangerous politics. Okay. You are calling India union of states. What are you trying to tell? India is one. There can be one state where particular achievement is there. There can be addressed that there is a different achievement. But you cannot divide. This shows you are dividing.
Ibrahim, your response to what Rohan Gupta has said. Please don't resort to media bashing again, Ibrahim.
No, it is not media bashing. It is only against the BJP and the ruling Hindi heartland states, which has to take the lessons from Tamil Nadu.
Of North India.
Sir, I haven't interrupted. Please have some civility. Let me complete. Let me complete. Okay, he has to, the entire BJP ruling states have to take the lessons from the industrial minister of Tamil Nadu, how he brought from 6.4 the Indian GDP to 11.19% a single state, and how he made sure to bring down the entire women empowerment into its workforce. Almost 40% of overall Indian women organized sector, women empowerment workforce is only from Tamil Nadu. So you have to make sure all the ruling. No,
I
all
like
the ruling
Ibrahim how
states-
you say BJP ruled states in the north. So there's a clear demarcation in the North Indian states also, based on who's
No,
ruling
whether-
it, right? For lessons to
No,
learn.
no, 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 no,
But,
no, no,
okay.
no. It is
But
for
point
entire
taken.
India to learn it. Entire
Okay,
India to learn
for the
from our
entire country.
industrial
Ibrahim,
minister.
okay, so there's
Yeah.
on one hand what Mr. Rajaa has said, and then on the other what TK Selangovan has said, where he says that because of religious issues, there are women in North India who are always housewives. Again, is that something you agree with?
No, that if you want to get into that angle, you give me a data. Where does the women empowerment across, excluding all the South states or excluding Tamil Nadu, you give me a data where the women liberation happens across
I can give you a list.
You can't.
I can,
If
let
that
me
is the
finish my
data, it is a
sentence,
fake
Ibrahim.
data.
You're asking me a question.
No,
I
it is
can
a
give
fake
you
data
a list.
then.
I can give you a list of women achievers from North Indian states and who
No,
achieved
you
on
are
their own. Let me finish, please.
you
Who
are
achieved on their
you are
own.
taking
At
it
no point did
entirely
we
a
say
different
that their
perspective.
identity was based on the man in their life. Okay, these were women achievers who carved their own identity. Their identity wasn't linked to the man in their life, first. And secondly, I can also give you a list of women achievers who, irrespective of religion, went out and did what they had to.
Madam, you are taking it in an entirely different perspective. An industrial minister who is speaking on his own industrial aspect, how when women empowerment brought his state into another level with a GDP of 6.4 Indian average, or his state is 11.19%, assuming his office on 2021, within 3 years he made a footstep on his own industrial aspect. This is what he referring to. If the media and the BJP is going to take it in a different way,
No, Ibrahim, again. You know, this whole constantly saying media, this and that. I'm asking you questions.
You are trying to insinuate on your own way. You are trying to insinuate
I'm
and
asking you a question. Are you suggesting that asking you a question is insinuating something? Getting you to speak and giving you a response is insinuating something?
You asked the right
if I'm
question.
asking the right question, there's no insinuation. Rohan Gupta.
What Mr. TRB Rajaa said.
Rohan Gupta, go ahead.
Right now, we do not have any DMK representative in this debate. And the way he is trying to protect DMK, it is really, really shameful. See, it is about the mindset. Again, I'm repeating my point. It's not only about women. They have questioned DNA of Bihar. They have told that the Bihar people are the toilet cleaners. And the same people, the same DMK people are made star pracharaks in Bihar. Would you feel that people of Bihar or North India, they will tolerate this? No. You have to change your mindset. And I'm asking question to Congress party, why they are silent today? Why RJD is silent today? You have to ensure that this kind of statement made by even by your own party or your allies, you have to question them. Otherwise, people of Bihar, they are not going to leave you. The basic point here is, whenever anybody makes statement, they have to be responsible. You cannot divide country into North and South. You definitely have right to tell something about your achievement or something you have done better, but that doesn't give you license to disrespect women of North. That is completely dangerous for a country like India, where different states have different ideology, different mindset, and different governments. So you should refrain from that, and whenever you make such mistakes, rather than trying to protect that, come out openly and tell that person to apologize.
We leave it at that. We leave it to our viewers to decide whether it's a fair comparison, as Mohammed Ibrahim says, or whether it's an attempt to divide, as Rohan Gupta says. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time and for joining us here on India Today. We've seen this North-South debate happen previously. We leave it to you to decide whether this time around, with the comments that have been made by DMK Netas, it's fair to question exactly how women are, how they are looked at in North Indian states versus in Tamil Nadu. Let's cut across to more breaking news coming in. And the Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin has in fact taken a dig at TVK Chief Vijay, who's now being referred to as a weekend politician because of the fact that he's holding rallies either on a Saturday or a Sunday. Udayanidhi Stalin, mocking the same, has said that I'm not someone who'll be out only on weekends, saying that we are 24/7 politicians. I'm available all 7 days of the week when compared to others who only work on certain days of the week. A clear jibe at TVK Chief Vijay there and his weekend rallies. Listen to what Udayanidhi Stalin said.
சுற்றிட்டு தான் இருப்பேன். இன்னைக்கு என்ன கிழமை கூட எனக்கு தெரியாது. இன்னைக்கு வெள்ளிக்கிழமையா? நான் வெறும் சனிக்கிழமை மட்டும் வெளில வர மாட்டேன். ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை கூட வெளில சுற்றிட்டு தான் இருப்பேன். இன்னைக்கு என்ன கிழமை கூட எனக்கு தெரியாது. இன்னைக்கு வெள்ளிக்கிழமையா?
All right, let's move on to news from Karnataka, where you had the High Court issuing an interim order regarding the planned caste census, the caste survey in the state. Now, the High Court bench, in fact, clarified that participation in the survey is not mandatory. It's voluntary, and also the government has been directed to make a public announcement stating that providing information is voluntary. So every citizen knows their rights, even as the census is underway. The question, however, is if it's voluntary, how do you really get the real data from the ground now in Karnataka? Because many households can say, look, we're not willing to give out the details of our caste or subcaste for that matter.
The caste survey storm refuses to settle down in Karnataka. A day after the state high court allowed the survey to continue in Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah met district officials on the issue. Deputy CM DK Shivakumar and other ministers were also part of the key meeting chaired by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The High Court allowed the survey, but with stiff riders, saying that participation was not mandatory, no one can be forced to reveal information, and that all data must be stored confidentially. The survey panel has also been ordered to file an affidavit on safeguarding data. Even as the High Court laid down conditions, the Congress government welcomed the order and insisted the survey was never mandatory in the first place.
High Court has refused to interfere in the caste survey. It has given a go-ahead for the government to do the caste survey. We are not coercing any people to give the information. Whoever interested, they can give this information. So caste survey will go unhindered.
People who are not listening to the direction, they will be naturally get attracted by service rules, and appropriate action will be initiated if they violate the direction.
Congress OBC MLAs, ministers and leaders have rallied behind the Chief Minister, reaffirming their support for the exercise. However, a few Vokaliga and Lingayat leaders still want the survey postponed.
There's a lot of people who wanted a very, very scientific survey that we have done, and obviously some people which belong to the major communities are trying to resist this. So all of us are together in this to see that this becomes a successful survey.
Chief Minister Siddaramaiah said that the survey will be intensified going further.
ಇವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಸರ್ವೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಚುರುಕಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವೇನು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೋ ಆ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
The Archbishop of Bengaluru has called upon Christians to participate in the survey honestly and responsibly.
We were told that it is not a caste survey. We want to repeat also, we will not mix up the issues. Since this is not a caste survey, we are a little sad, but we will cooperate with the government.
The BJP, however, has also welcomed the Karnataka High Court verdict.
Court has not stayed the economic survey, but they advised the backward commission to maintain silence, not to reveal any information collected by the people of Karnataka to anybody. So with some advice, they are allowed to have a survey. So it is a welcome move.
While the court has cleared the decks, the caste survey remains a political and social minefield for the Karnataka government.
The Chief Minister today met all the Deputy Commissioners of the districts and instructed them to speed in the process of caste survey and ensure that the teachers go door to door and collect data. While the Karnataka High Court has said that the caste survey and giving out data is not mandatory but voluntary, the government has welcomed this move while the OBC MLAs and minister met yesterday to strengthen the caste survey while there is resistance from the dominant Lingayat and Vokaliga community. Nagarjun Dwarkanath for India Today.
That's all we have time for in this edition of Super 6. Thanks very much for tuning in.